How well do you know your neighbors? I'd say I trust them a lot. But my opinions would change after this video. But, question, would you be shocked if they did something horrible? This small community never suspected that when a loved one of their own went missing, the culprit was someone just as close as a family member. She was very trusted by the community, taught a Sunday school and at a local church, and she was a loving mother. But no one could have imagined that behind a warm and loving beauty covered such a heartless witch capable of a brutal murder of her innocent 8-year-old girl. Nonetheless, let's start the video. A girl named Sandra Cantu was born on March 8, 2001 to Maria Chavez and Daniel Cantu. The happy and cheerful girl lived in Tracy, California with her mom, grandparents, and 3 older siblings. She was very helpful and loved doing cartwheels, as well as playing with her friends. She was very funny and talkative, striking up a conversation with basically anyone. Things were great until the dark took over on March 27, 2009, when the energetic 8-year-old, who just returned from school, asked her mom if she could go outside and play. Of course, her mom agreed, as it was normal for them to hang out at others' places or play in the park's open spaces. So just like that, Sandra ran out of the house, skipping and smiling, and started to knock on all of her friends' houses. No one knew that this would be the last time her family would see her alive. Quoted on TV, her mom said, "Well, she didn't come home for dinner, and she didn't call me." At 8 p.m. that very night, Sandra, who was supposed to be home, was nowhere to be found. Her mom, Maria, started to get worried. Maria called all of her friends and asked if they had seen Sandra, but they all replied that they hadn't seen her in hours. Afterwards, Maria went out to the neighborhood and started searching for Sandra, thinking that she might have gotten distracted and forgot to come home. But it was later that she found her statement wrong. She immediately started to panic and called the police. When help arrived, they investigated everyone living in the neighborhood, but no one knew where Sandra went. Luckily, there was a security camera located outside of Sandra's home and captured her last moments. The footage shows playful young Sandra skipping down the roadway heading home, but she suddenly changed directions. That was it. 8 minutes later, a neighbor's car passed in the opposite direction. This video was very helpful during the investigation. The police later found out that Sandra's parents were divorced, and this made a major concern. Could Sandra's dad have taken his daughter to get back to his ex? However, after a call with Daniel, his suspicion was out of the list. Maria quickly sent out searchers and searched everywhere around town. The other neighbors helped too. She even sent out divers to search for nearby rivers, but nothing was to be found. The investigators reached as many people as possible just in case someone knew something. The parents even offered $20,000 as an award to someone if they knew anything about Sandra's whereabouts. Hundreds of volunteers came and helped to distribute the missing girls' flyers. Just at that time, Maria received a mysterious and suspicious text that read, "Tell the police that I had something stolen around 4 p.m. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. This text was sent by one of their closest friends and a trusted mother named Melissa Huckabee. The police didn't think of it much that time and continued the search. The FBI soon made a profile of what a criminal may look like, a white male, between the age of 25 to 40 with criminal history involving under 18s or minors. Several people in the town fitted this profile, and the police rested their attention on one man, as this creepy guy approached Sandra and kissed on her lips 2 years earlier. That was a warning. Later the police brought him in for investigation but found no evidence. Although they let him go, the police decided to keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, Sandra's family held candlelight vigils to pray for her safety. During that time, they heard a woman screaming as she dragged the police, who also attended the ceremony, over and showed them a note that she had found. It read, "Cantu locked in stolen suitcase. Thrown in water on Back 80 Road and Whitehall Road. Witness, quite a bone-chilling message when you are looking for a missing girl." But it doesn't end there. The person who found the note was the same person who lost the suitcase, Melissa Huckabee. This was just too much of a coincidence for one person, and even the police thought so too. Although she had a very innocent profile, she has been diagnosed with several mental illnesses called borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Melissa has also encountered the police in the past, but nothing serious. The divers decided to give up the search after going again into the water to see if there was anything, but nothing was found. And after days and days of endless worrying and searching, the police came up with a theory that is not to be said, but they knew that they were looking for a dead body. Then finally one day, the police received a call that they had been so desperate to hear. A local farmer found a suitcase while they were draining the lakes, and before the police even got there, they knew who was inside. After an identification, it was said that the body belonged to Sandra Cantu. The report shows that Sandra has been beaten moments before unconsciousness and death. Everyone was heartbroken when they heard the news. Who would do such a thing? The police soon suspect Melissa, as the suitcase belonged to her and she has written a note to find the suitcase. When they reviewed the footage again, they saw that Sandra was walking to Melissa's house, and 8 minutes later, Melissa drove away in her SUV. She then told the police that she went to church at 5 p.m. and went home at around 6:30 p.m. When the police went to the search, they found a few tools that proves more suspicion in Melissa: a metal rolling pin with a bent handle and a red-brown smudge. The rolling pin was tested positive for Sandra's DNA. And on top of that, the police found out that people witnessed her at the pond between 5:30 to 6 p.m. the day Sandra went missing. They also noticed that she was distracted and had a worried expression on her face that day. The investigation was about to wrap up, and the police already had enough evidence to arrest Melissa. But when they went to her place, Melissa was nowhere to be found. She later found out that Melissa was attempting to take her life after swallowing sharp booze. The police suspected that Melissa did that to avoid the consequences of her actions. When she was discharged and arrested for Sandra's death, she told an unexpected story to the police. She told him that it was totally an accident. Sandra and her friend were playing hide and seek, and Sandra decided to hide inside the suitcase. Melissa forgot there was a child in the suitcase and followed her usual night routine. She explained that she found out later that Sandra already died due to a lack of air, and she panicked, so she threw Sandra in the pool. Of course, the reality was much darker. They came up with a theory that Melissa tricked Sandra into going to the church with her, and when they got there, she gave Sandra a drink which made her unconscious and then killed her. Even darker, they thought that Melissa planned this after reading her search history, reading about a man who hid his own granddaughter's body in a suitcase. Fortunately, Melissa is now sent to jail for life. Sandra's father broke into tears and talked about the loss of his daughter. He took the life of an innocent girl. She wasn't even old enough to decide if she should eat ice cream yet. Daniel gave a heartwarming and breaking speech, or quote. No one knew why she did this, but she later apologized to Sandra's parents. Some people think she did it purely for attention, and the others think that Melissa is jealous of Sandra's jealous personality. We may never know for sure. What did you think of this crime? Be sure to leave a comment, and after this, I may never see my neighbors again, but please always be careful, even around trusted ones. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you next week. Also, please be sure to comment and like so I can have the subscribers of the week ready. Bye.